Right now, let's talk some basketball. Some local, one a blockbuster deal just mentioned. So we bring in Lashard Binkley, who covers the Rockets for Houston Rockets SI and host of Rocket Fuel Pod. Good morning to you. I hope you have the info because nobody else saw this deal coming. Did you see the deal coming?
No, no one saw the deal coming. Honestly, I was just like everybody else when I saw it. I had to look at it 2 or 3 times just to make sure that he hadn't been hacked. And when he came out and said that it was 1,000% true, I still didn't believe it. So I think it was one of probably the most shocking trades in NBA history.
It makes the West a whole lot stronger now when you look at what happened with them. Also, De'Aaron Fox getting traded over the weekend to the San Antonio Spurs. But this certainly makes the West a whole lot stronger now with the Rockets playing so well.
Yes, absolutely. And not necessarily for this year for the Spurs, but I think they were trying to do what a lot of teams try to avoid, and that's having their superstar leave because they don't give them help. So now Wembanyama has De'Aaron Fox. They didn't have to give up much. So that definitely just makes the division a lot harder for the Rockets.
I want to make this fun for you because I don't know what the Dallas Mavericks fans are thinking, but they responded to what happened with the trade. You want to explain this to me?
Yeah, I mean, I know that Mavericks fans are really going through it right now. I know the whole Dallas-Houston rivalry, so a lot of Houston people aren't feeling too much sympathy for them. But, you know, they brought out the coffin. They had the memorial at the Dirk Nowitzki statue. So, yeah, they're definitely going through it right now in Dallas. And I can't lie, you know, if that happened to us here in Houston, they did a little bit with James Harden, but it wasn't exactly the same situation. If that happened here, I think a lot of Houston fans would probably feel the same way. But at the end of the day, I think Houston fans aren't necessarily crying any tears.
All right, we talked about De'Aaron Fox. Of course, he's moving from Sacramento to San Antonio. So in a way, he's sort of coming home. Do you see any trades on the horizon for the Rockets a couple of days before the trade deadline?
No, they were rumored at first with Jimmy Butler and De'Aaron Fox, even Devin Booker at the beginning of the year. But honestly, with the Rockets being 32-16, Rafael Stone doesn't really see the need for them to make any major moves right now. If anything, the Rockets will probably be involved in the buyout market now that they're a more desirable team than they have been in the previous 3 seasons. So honestly, I wouldn't expect any major trades. I'll honestly be looking at the Rockets going forward in the buyout market.
Rockets play at the Knicks tonight. We know Van Fleet was injured in the last game versus the Nets. Are we going to see Alperen Sengun tonight? Maybe?
Possibly. When we asked Emma that the other day before the game, he didn't necessarily give us a firm answer. He said that they were hoping to have him at some point during the road trip. So there's a possibility they miss his 3rd straight game. We already know Fred VanVleet is out. We know Jabari Smith is out. So it's definitely going to be it's going to be interesting to see how they work the starting lineup if they have all 3 of those players out tonight.
Well, before we get out of here, the great Don Chaney's jersey was retired at the University of Houston over the weekend. We know what he did at the University of Houston. Also a great coach with the Rockets, man. It was great to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, a lot of us older fans know about Don Chaney. We know how great of a college player he was. He had a good NBA career, and he also was a coach of the year here for the Rockets before, unfortunately for him, he was let go before Rudy T took over, and we all kind of know how that played out. But a lot more Rockets fans should know how great of a player and coach Don Chaney was.
Lashard Binkley joining us. Thank you so much, Lashard, man. We'll catch y'all. You should tell us how we can find you on the internet as well as Twitter.
Absolutely. Twitter, actually, you can find me at Binkley Hoops. Of course, I'm a host of Rockets Field Podcast and also a credential writer for Rockets on SI, which is part of Sports Illustrated.
That is what's most important. You are a credentialed writer. That's why we have you on the show.
Sir.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We certainly appreciate you.
All right. Thank you, Nate. It was good talking with you again.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we'll see you in the 9 o'clock. Got a whole lot more. We'll just cover what happened this morning and over the weekend. We're live here in studio. Nate Griffin, Fox 26 Morning Sports.